play, figure it out.
I mean, that's the whole game.
Yeah.
We signed up for this. Bro, we literally signed up. We contract, like we were like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
We're like, let's get
No,
it.
I don't think we have a choice in that. I think, maybe we do, but I think you only have a choice once you get to a certain level.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, free will is predetermined. So it's like, as you're making the choice, it was always meant. It was always meant to be happening.
It's like that story with Ram Dass, where I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, where they were in India, and then Ram Dass was like, "No, I want to just relax for a bit. I don't want to do any like meditation, blah blah blah." And then they're on the bus, and then this one guy was like, "Hey, there's a festival going on, whatever it is, sacred time, just for like the moon passes, whatever, 12 years. So like, let's go." And Ram Dass is like, I don't know. And then right as they're about to pass it, Ram Dass is like, whatever, let's do it. So they go, and guess who's there? Maharaji. And then Maharaji's like, everyone's like flustered, like, holy shit, like, what? How? We haven't seen this guy. We thought he was lost, blah, blah, blah. And then Maharaji's like, follow me. He goes to one of the Indian guys' house. There's a meal prepared for exactly 34 people who were on the bus. So at that point, he was like, who made that decision to go to the place? Was it me? Was it my mind, or was there some higher power drawing me to that outcome?
Because the thing about it is, it's like a being like this. Because the thing is, all you're doing, if you want to transcend like thought, you need to get out of space and time, because thought is in space and time, right?
It's limited, yeah.
So like, that's why the whole thing with meditation is you sit in a place, you don't move, you close your eyes, all of a sudden time stops to make sense. Like, you're becoming nobody, you're becoming nowhere, you're nowhere.
Yeah, killing the senses, but not depending on them anymore.
Like, essentially, you're killing the senses. And this lecture, I mean, Ramdas mentions it in many. Like, bro, at this point, I worship this man. Like, yesterday, I was just like, bro, like, I worship you. Like, I just thank you so much. Yeah. Like, bro, it's, I don't know. Anyways, and he mentions how aging is seen as such a thing. Like, we're so youth focused in Western society. I mean, we tend to do things to respect seniors, like give them a free bus on Wednesdays. And fucking remove $2 off their tickets.
30% off the Value Village.
Like, yeah, dumb shit like that. But at the end, like, when there's commercials, we're always trying to picture them as like, you want them to be playing tennis at 90 years old. Like 230, you imagine them playing tennis. That's the ideal for them. Like, their body disintegrating is seen as a problem. Them dying and losing and going deaf and going blind and all of that shit, not being able to move is seen as a problem. But the thing is, if you see life as a curriculum, it is your last chance. Aging is your last chance. Because what do you do when you meditate? You pull away from all of your senses. You disassociate with your hearing, you disassociate with your sight, you stop moving, and then you sit here and you just sit with nothingness, and you go behind the veil, right? And basically that's what happens when you age. It's just your senses go away, and you've been playing this game, you've been playing in this illusion, forgetting that's fucking illusion your whole life, and you're aging and you're losing of your senses is God's last chance to you to stop like playing so much and identifying with form so much. Like, sit down. Like, it's basically forcing you, like, sit down. This is like the last message. Like, people see it as aging and bad, but he says it's a message. It's like, now it's like, it's time. Like, when you get to your 60s and you can't move and all you can do is just sit here like a fucking, what people call being a vegetable. That's your opportunity, because you're still conscious and you can still sit there. So you can still, it's your opportunity to just meditate, because you can't move anyways and you can't hear shit. So you can but people hold on too much to form.
That's probably why they're so grumpy, some of them.
Because they hold on so much to form. They used to make fun of old people. Now they're the old person getting made fun of. And it's like, I remember my youth when I could fucking bench whatever amount of pounds.
When I could walk,
When I
go
could-
downstairs.
when I could walk
Bro,
and-
you know that
and hear things.
You know that Acorn stair lift infomercial?
Nah.
It's like, it's just a stair lift. Like, you don't have to go up the stairs. It's just a chair that
Oh
goes
yeah,
up and down.
it's a chair that brings you up.
And bro, that's the funniest infomercial ever, because the people that are like testifying, they're so clearly reading off of like whatever is being told to them.
Paid actors.
It's like, wow, I don't have to walk anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, bro.
slowly dying.
And it's like we get so, we spend like 40, 50 years attached to like the form.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we start to disintegrate, we're so attached that we don't see the opportunity, the grace. We don't see the grace that is you get to sit down. You have no choice.
Also, your body is starting to disintegrate. Why didn't I take care of it sooner? Now is the time to start taking care of it, so I can live for longer and experience this, just have more experiences.
Yeah. And the game is, once you surrender, your body probably stops to disintegrate as fast.
Yeah.
Because your whole attachment brings stress,
Yeah.
which just ruins your immune system more, and then you just disintegrate even faster. It's like, oh wow, paradoxes.
Too many, bro.
It's so annoying.
Okay, let's read the thing that you wanted me to read.
Well, you have to read into, speak it to the mic,
mic.
into the micro. Oh, now you're gonna make me lose my page.
It's a bad bookmark.
It's not a bad bookmark. Oh my god, it's gone.
Are you attached?
It's a new chapter. Put it anywhere.
Okay. I think I remember which one it was.
It was in a new chapter, so I don't forget. Don't worry about it. You want to be right.
No, I just know which one it was. Oh, you'll figure it out.
You want to be right.
Mind is the wielder of muscles. The force of a hammer blow depends on the energy applied. The power expressed by a man's bodily instrument depends on his aggressive will and courage. The body is literally manufactured and sustained by mind. Through pressure of instincts from past lives, strengths or weaknesses, The body is literally manufactured and sustained by mind. Through pressure of instincts from past lives, strengths or weaknesses percolate gradually into human consciousness. They express as habits, which in turn manifest as a desirable or an undesirable body. Outward frailty has a mental origin. In a vicious circle, the habit-bound body thwarts the mind. If the master allows himself to be commanded by a servant, the latter becomes autocratic. The mind is similarly enslaved by submitting to bodily dictation. I need to read that again.
Well, yeah, bro. This is not something you read once and then get all of the essence. But
that's kind of what we were just discussing.
Yeah, it's the whole, we've flipped it to the point where now we've become servants to the servant.
To the senses.
Like what's supposed to be your servant has now become the master.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not supposed to be a master, so it's a terrible servant. So being its servant, so it's a terrible master because it's supposed to be a servant, right? So being its servant, you're going to end up just getting the wrongest signals because it's not meant
like
to
climbing
lead.
the wrong ladder.
Yeah, because it doesn't know how to lead you because you're supposed to lead it, but it's so easy to get lost in that fucking. It's literally
sensory
just,
pleasure. Trap.
It's a thing. It's like we invented form so that we could just play and dance and experience ourselves, but then in that play and dance, sometimes it gets so tasty and so good that we convince ourselves more and more. Yeah, that we convince ourselves more and more that it becomes like the realer it is, the more you can enjoy it and experience it. And then you get so caught up in trying to make it realer and realer that you forget that it's an illusion completely. So that it stops being a game.
Mm-hmm.
Then it becomes, oh shit, this is real. Like, oh man, I need to become successful. I need $5 million.
That's trippy.
I need $1 million before 30.
It's trippy me mentioning because I'm reading Homo Ludens, which is a study of the play element in culture, and he's saying like play is like it pervades fucking everything. Play is older than culture. Because culture is made of play, right? Rituals.
Yeah.
Why do we fucking marriages? Like why is there baptism and shit? Like why in the first place?
It's all roles.
You're literally playing.
Yeah, roles.
And it's like sacred within that sense of playing because you're down here and you're putting meaning to things.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like you can play a soccer game, but there's an air of serious. Like there's millions of people watching around the world, and for that 90 minutes, you don't want to mess up, but you're fucking playing.
And the whole thing about you don't want to mess up is part of the game. And if you just see it as a game, then you stay away from messing up, but not from a fear, like a fear-based like intent. It's just the game is to not fuck up. Like part of it is to win, you need to not fuck up. So you just stay away from it. But when you fuck up, it's like, shit, next time we'll get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
don't take it too seriously.
But so many people take it seriously. Yeah. We get so, we get so lost. And I don't mean we. I mean I say we because I include myself. Like we keep getting lost. And the whole game is, as soon as you remember, it's gone.
It's
you see it. You see it for what it is. The whole thing that happens is the more invested you are in it, the more you start to see, you start to see it as how it should be instead of how it is. So all you see is something that isn't what you want it to be. When I see Acris, if I am so caught up in how I think Acris should be, I will never see Acris for who Acris is.
There you go again. So relying on the intellect and the senses to create your truth, right?
So I'll only see. Acris did this. Look at
he was wearing red.
He was.
I'm wearing blue. Red. I'm team blue.
Why isn't he wearing the pants that I like him that I like for him to wear? Why isn't he fucking speaking this way? Why is he doing this and not that? And I can't enjoy Acris's presence because all I see is what Acris lacks. Which is just an illusion in my head. It's like based on what I think. You saw
my comic, right? The Real Niggas versus Fake Niggas.
Oh, bro, I love that.
Bro, it's literally
Tim and
that.
I fucking laughed.
It's literally that, right?
I am real, yeah.
I'm real niggas versus fake niggas. I'm the real nigga. No, you can't be real. I'm the real one.
One out of both of those, one of them's fake, one of them's real.
It's either one or the other.
Maybe it's both.
1 or 0, or maybe it's both. But let's figure it out. Blame. Now he's dead. Turns out he's real. Maybe I was the fake one to begin with.
Well, the whole game is, bro. Man, it's so fucking beautiful how that unfolding and how everything's been leading up to this. Speaking from my perspective, where I made yin, and then yin came up to me without me even fully being into. I had known Taoism when I came up with that name. Out of making that album and looking into it even more, I learned about Taoism and polarity. And then I started to play within polarity, and I started to see it as yin and yang. And then now I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to get out of that, and it's non-dualism. Like you learn dualism, and then you gotta learn.
That's a quick jump.
Like it's crazy how it's happening so smoothly. And if I don't take a moment to look back, you can't notice it.
I think your daily practice helps so much with that.
Oh, bro, it's meditation. The more you do it, it's so weird because it's the most mundane.
The more you do nothing for 30 minutes every day.
It's the most mundane, boring thing. But
I wouldn't even say it's boring.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
mundane. It's nothing.
It's nothing. You're doing nothing.
You're doing no thing at all.
You could go eat. You could go fuck everyone who moves. You could go read about this and that. You could go be on Twitter, argue with people. You could go outside, dance, take drugs, party, whatever. Or you could just sit here with your fucking eyes closed.
And watch your breath.
And just watch this thing that keeps you alive, and then see how much shit comes up. And it's crazy because it's so simple and it's so nothing, but very gradually and very subtly, It's not as drastic and like, whoa, snap as a drug. Like how a drug will just plunge you into that. That's the drug just sums up the journey.
Yeah,
that you're
you
going
just get
on
to the
right?
end without having to deal with
Yeah,
everything
you just
else,
go
and
straight
you just
to
pull
enlightenment.
back.
Yeah, you go straight to enlightenment, but the contract is you're gonna leave.
Yeah,
It gives you a glimpse of what you're working towards, but you're gonna forget it and you're gonna lose it, and it's gonna gradually fade away. And then if you don't remember it, no matter how many times you take that compound, you're gonna go back to where you came from. That's the whole story of Ram Dass that he did for like 6 years plus, where it was just getting high all the time, psilocybin, LSD, mescaline, whatever psychedelic you could find, just the whole thing.
That space.
The whole thing of him taking 300, 400 micrograms, 200 micrograms every 4 hours for like 72 hours or something. Locked himself in a room with like Timothy Leary and a bunch of other people, and then a few days after he finished, still back, still back. Because the thing is, you get so fascinated, and you want to stay there because you're so fulfilled. Is this whole thing
that aspect of like fascination? I've heard in the advent of mystery, it's like fascination is not. You can't rely on that. It's when you're fascinated, you're still separate from whatever it is. You're not like I am this space.
Yeah.
You're more like, wow, look at the fucking wall. It's moving, blah, blah, blah.
Fascination, right? I think, leads to attachment very fast. Because it's like, whoa. Like,
I want to get there. I want to get,
whoa, let me hold on to this. But, yeah.
And just to backtrack a little bit, you were talking about with the meditation, it's like you kind of transcend the senses, right? I was listening to a podcast with Paul Chek and Aaron Alexander. It was on the Align podcast, and Paul Chek describes Rudolf Steiner's symbolism of the cross,
like the Christian cross.
Christian cross, yeah. And the first time I heard it, it was like a month ago. I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And then I kind of forgot like where I heard it. I just found it again yesterday. So. So the cross, of course. So the bottom half of the cross underneath the horizontal axis represents human evolution through the plant kingdom. So archaic consciousness, which I can't even describe right now, but he describes it in the podcast.
Of course.
And then, which to me, it's like survival.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. And then the vertical line above the horizontal axis is all possible dimensions in which consciousness can go. It's only in the now, right? Because the left and horizontal is time. Left is the past, right is the future.
Yeah.
Right in the center is now. And that top part of the cross, right, is where the human head is, which this brain, which allows us to access all those dimensions. So the horizontal beam represents the animal spine, which is survival, senses.
Yeah.
Right? It represents the crucifixion. You will be stuck in a body and you will live in time and space. So left is the past, right, and the right half of the horizontal axis is the future. And right in the middle is right now. So it's now. There's no time, no thing. It's the source of being, because everything, it's like Interstellar, right? Your whole life, you can just pull out from a record. There's no like time. It's now. You can pull out any part of your life that you want to see.
And that's what makes people like Maharaji seem so fucking powerful, because they're so right now that they transcend space, time, that they can just.
It's right now.
They're everywhere.
And he's saying there is no I anymore. No more we. No more
I
thou.
as in like me, right?
Yeah. No more we. No more thou. It's just non-duality. It's a non-dual relationship with the flow of energy and information from where all energy comes from.
You know, I used to say you need to see the Bible as a metaphor. Yeah, throw that out the window. That shit's.
I mean, yes and no. Like, it's all symbols and like stories.
Of course, but as I go on, I'm doubting less and less that those things actually happen.
Yeah, like all the miracles and
all
stuff.
the miracles, all the crazy shit.
Yeah. And that vertical axis is all the subtle stuff, invisible, intangible, non-local reality that we can't access from this horizontal plane of reality, which is the human body. And I've talked to some friends who are Muslim, and they see that aspect of like just miracles and things as like, nah, only he can do it. And to me, like,
it works like
whatever.
It works like that in Christianity,
right? It's like you have the Sufis who are mystics who play with magic and that realm of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And they're outcast. Oh, fear, like they're dangerous. That's so limiting to me, man. Like why can't humans access that power if we can?
Yeah.
Why not? Like if it's for an evil intent, of course, get that out of my face. But if it's for the good of humanity, and if it's for like, if you're doing it with good intents, then I don't see any problem with that at all.
Yeah.
Because that's like, why else is Maharaji down here with that human incarnation, right?
Yeah.
He's touched Ram Dass, which has touched millions of people, and now the consciousness of humanity is room.
Yeah, and it's he says it in Be Here Now. It's the only way for love to get activated or triggered or any synonym you can think of that for that word is only through love. So you can't force it out of someone. So the only way for someone to actually become love or become loving or to start experiencing it is through someone else. And it's this whole thing about finger pointing doesn't solve anything. Going when someone's mad and going, why are you mad? Just stop being mad and rationally like being, and which is something I've had to deal with myself, because every time someone's mad, I see it as like I'm outside of it, right? So I see clearly. No, not even mad at me. Okay. Just like when someone's going through any kind of distress and I want to help.
Okay, I see.
The way I go about helping is just I'm outside so I can see clearly, but they're in an irrational state and I'm in the rational state. So whatever I communicate to them, it's just gonna. They're not gonna register.
They're too close to the wall to see what's.
And in doing that, there's not actually any compassion. You just pushing the thing away, and that doesn't do anything for the person, because the person's like, I know. When someone's in that state, they're like, I know all these things, but I'm still cheese, or I'm still sad, or I'm still blah blah blah. Because that's not the point. The point is this feeling's here, and no matter what kind of thing you think with your mind, the feeling doesn't go away. So how do you do that? You just, with compassionate love, you just accept how it is for that person, and you just give them love and presence and let them vent to you or whatever. And then through that, they'll feel the compassion and love, and it'll probably just dissipate by itself. But as soon as you try to fight it, it's the same thing with the person itself going through it. If you fight it, it stays. But as soon as you surrender and let it be, it goes away. And it's the same thing if you're outside looking at that person. Don't try to fight the thing for the person. Accept it for the person also. And man, I don't.
And that's another thing I've like
that's how you help.
Discovered with just like my friends, and trying to put them onto like things like yoga or like meditation. Like, like, try it. Like come to Yoga Wednesday, whatever.
And when they don't, you're like, oh, you fucking
I was like,
idiot.
Oh man, I'm like, damn, I've told you how many times now, and you've still never showed up. Like, is it? And to me, it's like, it's frustrating. But now I'm just like, okay, they need to do whatever they need to do at that time.
They're not there yet.
They're not prepared to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let them just come to the teacher. The teacher arrives when the student is ready.
Exactly. Because the secret is there's no secret. And it's always being yelled at. You're always, the universe, people, form, no form is always yelling at you. Like, it's right there. And until your ears are ready to hear it, you're never going to hear it. So no matter how much you try to put people onto meditation and sadhana and all the spiritual work, if they're not there yet, they will completely just look over it. And your job is to, even though you really want to help and they're not there yet, is to compassion.
Yin it out.
It's compassion. Yeah. It's just, okay, that's just not where you are. I will keep working on it myself, because that's where I am. And eventually maybe me working on it and getting better. And when I get to a certain stage, maybe that's when it'll trigger you, if we stay around each other. So it's the game of faith. Yeah, crazy. It's a game of believing in what you can't see, believing in what the rational mind can't believe in, and everything that brings up, when doubt comes up, you just understand that it's God's plan, as people say, but never really think it through.
Drake? He made that.
But yeah,
patent that phrase.
Fucking, this has helped too. Mantras and malas. That's tantra. Tantra yoga is
isn't it just like using an external thing?
Yoga through form.
Yeah.
Through external things. So this is just a device that helps you just do it. And if you repeat the mantra in your head over and over again, then it starts to serve as a witness. Mm-hmm. Because if it's the dominating thought in your head, when anything else comes up, you'll notice it way more easy.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it this past week, like more often.
It's
even
weird,
when
huh?
I'm shoveling. Yesterday I was shoveling, right?
Yeah.
Got home and helped my parents shovel, and I was just like, damn, that's a lot of snow. Just keep going. Ram, bro. Before you know it, all the snow's gone. My work is done.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just a syllable.
It's a crazy tool, bro. It's like whenever you're in pain or like you're just in a situation that you really wish you weren't in, just devotion.
Yeah, consecration. Just give it.
What's consecration?
Just offering it to any insert accomplished holy being here.
Yeah.
Just offer it to him or all of them.
Right.
Yeah, bro, it's such a beyond words kind of thing, and it's funny because I'm finding that it's becoming my day to day, and as I'm talking to you about it, I'm realizing now how much it's like actually influencing and impacting me. Like as I do it, it's just another thing. There's days where it's like, wow, that was really shitty. Like that was a really shitty meditation or whatever. You know, when you're done and the traces, when you're finished, but you're still holding on. Oh, that was bad.
I could have focused on my breath a little more.
I was thinking too much. I kept getting distracted so much. I need to do better. And then and then you get it's. But after, when you look back, you see how much. The thing is, you see patterns, and that's when it becomes so helpful for you, because you see how your thoughts work.
How your subconscious mind is making all those decisions.
You see what comes up. You see what paranoia, what things you care about the most. You see if it's fear in terms of people. You start to see that come more often than other thoughts. There's thoughts that just come and you don't really care, but there's ones that come that just grip you, and you start to feel them. There's some that come, you don't feel anything. And there's some that come and you start to feel that when you start to fall into it. And those ones are the ones where you start to learn. And bro,
you're going to love Vipassana. Did you sign up?
Oh, no, I haven't yet. Because I need to figure out a perfect time. And book it off work, because it's 10 days, right?
Yeah,
and
12.
I need to, and my parents aren't, they have a lot of dust in their eyes, so they wouldn't really, I need to break that down to them. Where are you going for 10 days? What are you going to do? Meditate? But yo,
I'm doing the Jesus thing, Mom.
I'm doing the Jesus thing. Enter the Void, I watched that yesterday. This movie, it's 2009. It's so crazy. It came out in 2009, because it's so... If it came out today, I'd be like, whoa. And it just follows this guy. But I don't even want to talk about the story.
I think it's that type of movie where, like, even if you watch it a few times, you understand it.
Because what it's based on is what, like,
Tibetan Book of the Dead, right?
Is what gripped me the most, because in the start of the movie, they basically fucking auteur filmmakers tend to do that a lot, where they put their references directly in your face in the movie. They don't try to be subtle about what they're referencing or what they're taking from. Okay. So in the beginning of the book and beginning of the movie, they talk about the book. The book is in the movie, and they talk about the whole reincarnation thing. And it's a shitty summary, and the book probably goes way into detail. But it makes so much sense. Like, you're here, you play, and you get attached, and then when you die,
There's consequences.
You when you die, you leave behind all the karma from all of your actions, and the film shows that, because after you die, you linger. You leave your body, and you can stay and see the world after you die.
I think it's
you can see
49 days in the Bardo state.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a time in which, because basically what happens is he's out of space and time. So he not only relives his memories from birth to from conception to death, but he also sees what happens after his death. And he's just lingering there, and he's staying and he's staying and he's staying. But the book talks about how if you left behind some karma on the earth, you will be so attached to the realm of earth, you'll be a ghost for a bit. Ghosts are just people who just haven't let go yet.
They're trapped.
They're staying there.
Yeah.
And what happens is you are so obsessed trying to come back that you just find a way to just come back. And through him roaming, he ends up right back there. So it's not something that karma and reincarnation is not something that necessarily happens. Of course, there's no free will. It doesn't happen against your will. It happens based on the karma from your incarnation.
I love that. Predetermined free will.
Predetermined free will. So it's he was so attached to what was going on in Earth that when he died, he felt his business wasn't done. His business wasn't done, so comes right back. So, and then from the start of the beginning to the end, you just see everything that has led to him coming back. And I guess that's what the book talks about, is when reincarnation is basically just you still attached to the world of form and unfinished business. So you signed a contract to go back in. But the game is you forget. You forget the fact that you died before. And you forget the reasons why you died. And you get glimpses in your next incarnation, deja vu, and all of the weird hunches and feelings like, oh, I've done this before, blah, blah, this is not new. But you forget.
In your meditations, do you hear like a buzzing? Like a white noise that you can, if you put your awareness on your hearing, it's always there.
I mean, it's probably the silence. There's probably just the sound of silence.
Because when I was reading the Advent of Mystery, it said that as you progress in your sadhana, like with the 7 chakras, each level of chakra you go up, the sound changes, and once you get to like the 7th one, all you hear is the Om.
Oh God.
No. And of course, here we are with our intellect grabbing onto that. I want that. Right?
That's the game too.
But he was saying it as like, this will happen, and let it be a guidepost to encourage you on your meditation path, just so you know where you are at this stage, sort of thing.
And that's the beauty of it. You get better, and then if you get attached to how better you've gotten, you fall. And the higher you are, the harder you fall.
And the thing with the renunciation, the way Ram Dass described it, I fucking fuck with it, bro. It's like
you don't give
it's
up.
Like
yeah,
you can give up food, you can give up sex, but you can still be eating meals and having sex every night. Doesn't mean you're attached to it. It just means you're not attached to the idea of always having it.
And as much as you can fast, if while you're fasting you're like, okay, 3 hours left.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 hour left.
Which I've been doing.
Okay, 30 minutes left. But that's what you learn though.
Yeah.
Through it you see how attached you are to the idea of food. And the game is to just figure out how to just let go of that clinging. And bro, my relationship to food is fucked. It's like, oh, more. Like I finish eating this, I'm full, but I want to eat that. Let me still eat it. My fucking stomach is yelling. You can't take any more.
That's for me one of like the hardest things still, because even like when I began my fasting practice,
because we do it from birth.
when I began my fasting practice, like around this time last year, I was getting pretty good at it. Like I would only have like 1 or 2 meals, sometimes 1 meal a day. But now I'm just I'm having snacks in between. Like I'm like, do I want to fast today? Like I won't even set the intention isn't even like set. It's just like it happens. But let me eat that.
And then the thing is, it's like you can be eating all day, and as long as you're not attached to it, it doesn't. You could be eating for 5 people.
They're just like the world of form. There's like, right. Yoga is the manifestation of perfect form through spirit, right? Yeah. It's like you want to have. I heard this somewhere. You want to have. It's like when you're doing yoga postures, you have certain points of awareness that are allowing you to hold the perfect form, because that perfect form is a manifestation and the symbol of the spirit and trickling down. And it
improves. I read that somewhere. It improves your relationship with your body too, which is your number one tool that you have to interact with. And because of that,
I was like that relation to food. It's like I heard Sadhguru say this. He's like, you shouldn't eat. The gap between your meals should be 8 hours.
Oof.
And it's like okay, whatever, right? It's like attachment, non-attachment, blah blah blah. But there is a certain perfect form even within that you should be following.
There's always a system. Yeah. There's always a system.
That's the tricky part.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. It's magical, and it's the thing is you get to each stage, and the whole thing is the higher you are, the harder you fall. So each stage, the risk is higher, but at each stage, your power becomes so much more grand that you're more likely to actually cling on and fall. The higher you are, the harder you fall, but the higher you get, the better it feels, and the more likely you are to cling on to it. Because the inevitable thing that's going to happen is you're going to get powers from this. You're going to see things in such a different way, and you're going to be able to interact with form in a way that you've never been able to interact with it before. You'll become more psychic. You'll start to feel things before they happen. We've all had this. We've all had shit when you're like, man, I wonder what Acris is doing. Boom, FaceTime call Acris. Yeah. It's like it's this whole thing where you think things gonna hunches, and it becomes more and more vivid, and
the awareness too. It's like because before my meditation practice was like solid, it was like maybe coincidences would happen, but I wouldn't see it as a coincidence. But now it's like this is so clearly fucking manifested because of my thinking.
No accidents.
And you know how Paloma does astrology, right? The first moment that you take your breath on this earth, how the stars are aligned determines your path in your life. Yeah. So there's no free will in that sense because certain things are being drawn, certain outcomes are being drawn to you without your knowledge.
Free will is part of the illusion. That's why it's predetermined. It's in the game. Like it's part of the game package. It's in the files. Like free will is one of the files. Free will is one of the files, but it's a game that
if devotion over 50, free will equals true.
Oh God. And it's and the thing is, you're surrendering, and like when you get to that stage where you want to surrender, it was always going to happen at that time.
And then there's AI. like if they're coded,
and then
if
that
shit is coded into their like software, then do they kind of have predetermined free will? So, can they cut out the code, or it's like
there's a collective karma too, and I think everything we're doing probably has to do with that too. And whatever happens, I think if we go extinct, we'll still have unfinished business with the universe. So we'll probably come back somehow in a different Earth or in a different type of planet. Anyways, like I think this little karma game goes way beyond the individual, quote unquote. I can't even fucking say that word seriously now anymore. Individual. The fuck is that? So, yeah, if we fuck up somehow and we go out collectively in a way that is like not satisfactory to us collectively, we'll be clinged to the thing, so we'll come back.
We'll be back.
We'll probably be back somehow. And man, I don't know. I actually don't know.
You know what I do know?
You don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm enjoying getting doggied by the universe more and more every day. It's happening all the time to everyone. And it only becomes fun once you give consent. Until you do, you're getting
I like that.
fucking destroyed, rammed. When you give consent, the universe applies a little lube and caresses you more, and you can kind of like, oh, okay,
Oh, this is kind of enjoyable.
this is kind of nice, yeah,
Oh, sensation.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So,
Powers. God, bro. Well, how's that? We'll come back next week to say the same thing.
yeah. In the meantime, accumulate.
We should
Currency.
really, I mean, oh, God damn it. It'll come to us. But the idea of finding people who are willing and have surrendered and want to like actually get to that state too, and doing it collectively is very, I feel, profound, and it's very helpful.
Right.
Because
what's
then-
it called?
Then you can multiply the love. It's a fucking disease. Love is a disease. It's the greatest disease of all fucking time.
Sangha, right?
Because Sangha or
You know, in Nepali,
Something.
that just means together.
yeah, just niggas, just
It's like
dogs,
it trickles into culture and language.
just dogs, just dogs. I am so
Sangha.
fucking down to go to India, bro. Fuck Japan. Japan will come later, but India,
Japan, then India.
oh, bro.
Or India and Japan. It'll happen. Accumulate money first. So crazy. We have to follow these rules.
Yeah, bro. Every game has rules,
Yeah.
but if you get lost,
Let's try again.
but getting lost is also part of the game. Forgetting it's a game is part of the game also. Because before you play, you're gonna forget your marriage. Ah, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. I'm tired of being one, bro. I want to see myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's dancing. I'm sick of driving.
That was good. That was tasty. All right. It's next week. Stick next week and find out what we talk about next.
Put it in your calendars.
Spoiler alert. It's gonna be the
It's the
same
same
thing.
thing.
You don't need to tune in anymore every week, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're done. Like we're done.
Bro,
There's nothing new.
Each week is like
But it's still so fire.
the same amazing mundane thing.
Yeah, every day is the same boring thing. Yep. Love, serve, remember.